AVC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post another quick video here, and once again, I'm jumping on board the Lost Classics of the 90s thread that JC, the one and only, Mr. The Flip Side, he put out about a week or two ago. If you didn't catch it, didn't see it, I conveniently put the link right down there for you, so go check it out, where JC was just wanting us to kind of show and talk about, like, lost albums from the 90s. Again, I like to state this each time I make one of these videos because it's kind of the thing that cleared it up for me. Is he was just kind of talking about, you know, his son who is really into music and, you know, knows a lot of stuff, you know, definitely knows like your Nirvanas and stuff like that, but, you know, some of those 90 bands that he doesn't maybe know about or haven't heard of because they didn't have the carryover or staying power, if you will, long term as some of the other bigger bands from the 90s. So, great thread. I've been enjoying it. It's been making me dive back into different areas of my collection. And here's the next pick. This time we're going to go with Our Lady Peace. And this is their album Clumsy from 1997, I believe. Yeah, and just another one of those albums that falls right in that alternative grunge type of thing. You know, where they were some like the stuff that were hits were kind of not necessarily poppy, but could definitely easily be radio friendly. But it also was definitely kind of riding the wave of what was going on in that late 90s, which was that just kind of that grunge feel. So I actually label this, in my opinion, as hard alternative. That's kind of how I separate what I feel is like grunge as compared to the stuff that was grunge-like. Hard alternative in the late 90s to me is the grunge-like stuff. And that's kind of where I feel Our Lady Peace comes into play. But yeah, I said it really was a solid record. Again, it really marks the time. I would say the two best tracks off of here, Clumsy is definitely a very good track. It's one of the slightly more slower type of songs, and you know, it seems like all the bands had that one song that maybe kind of made it somewhat big, that was more of a just a slower tempo to it, and that was theirs on this track or on this album was Clumsy. But my absolute favorite song on this is the song Superman's Dead. That was the song even way back when that first brought me to the band, and I still love it to this day. It's just one of those kind of, God, it's even hard to describe, but again, when you listen to it, the first thing you think is like, yeah, that's so 90s kind of thing. The one place where I feel like they maybe made a mistake with it, and this is a mistake in the sense that it's good, is that towards the end of the song, like maybe the last 30 seconds or so, the song is playing and then like all the music cuts out and he goes into this thing where he starts saying, doesn't anybody ever know that the world's a subway? And then he keeps repeating that, and this really cool just kind of like guitar stuff kicks in, and he kind of just rocks out the rest of the song with those lyrics and everything. It always sounded like two separate songs to me. Like you had the first part of the song, and then when he went into that stuff at the end, it almost sounded like a totally different song. And I remember even way back then always thought, I think you guys messed up because you could have had two fantastic songs out of those two pieces if you just would have separated and left Superman's Dead and then made that ending a second song. Because the ending is, I mean, as much as I love Superman's Dead, the ending is probably my favorite part of the song, and it's just something just kind of rocks out about it. So just a little thing that floats around in my head that I've probably never shared with another human being my entire life, which is why I love you guys, because I actually have some place to talk about stuff like that. But yeah, definitely really, really cool album. So if you're not familiar with Our Lady Peace, make sure you check them out. All right, and as always, VC, thanks for watching. JC, awesome thread. I'm having a blast doing this, and as always, let me know what you think. All right, take care, guys.